right, we are live on Amazon and on YouTube. And of course, today is one of those days where the technology seems to want to not cooperate like it should. So we are going to battle through today's live stream, literally resetting the iPad because it wants to auto lock, literally resetting the live streaming platform because it doesn't want to connect to YouTube. But if you are watching on YouTube for the best viewing experience, it will be here on Amazon. And if you're on Amazon, definitely let me know that you're here. Type in hi in the chat on Amazon. And we're going to go through some new tech. New year, new tech is what I call today's live stream. Those of you all that are in the techie space, you know that recently they just had the CES convention out in Las Vegas where they show off all the new products and upcoming products, Consumer Electronics Show. So that's pretty exciting to see those new things that are showing up this upcoming season or in a couple years from now. So always look forward to that event. Definitely would like to go to that event in the near future. All right, so I'm going to pull back up my iPad and adjust some settings on here so the screen won't auto lock, which it's still grayed out for some reason. So the iPad is more so used for me to show you guys the different deals in the product carousel as we're going through it. So like I said, we are going to battle through today's live stream and talk some techie stuff for the new year. Let me check over here. I have a monitor in front of me that allows me to check out what's going on here. What's going on, Michael? Good to see you. Yeah, we will definitely catch up soon. The end of last year was busy, unexpected busy, but we will definitely catch up here soon. So as I continue to build out this space here, I'm changing things, rearranging things. Thought I had it one way and moved it over a different way. But let's go through some of the new things for 2023 that I'm going to be using more of, and for content creation, for live streaming, those things that allow us to show up on these different platforms. The first thing I have in the product carousel right now is the YoloLive Verticam and the Instream. So this is vertical content creation at its finest, essentially. Let me pull this a little bit further here so you guys can see. I do have the power cord plugged in for it right now, but I'm going to be doing some more videos and content around these devices here because they're pretty interesting. So with the landscape that we're in of like vertical content creation. What's going on, Eileen? Good to see you here. With vertical live stream content creation, how do you make it easy? How do you make it where there's less obstacles to actually get it done? Well, one of those ways is with the YoloLive Instream and their brand new, newly released Instream device and YoloLive Verticam PTZ camera. Now, this is a vertical PTZ camera. Now, here in the studio, if you follow me on YouTube at all, you know that I use a lot of PTZ cameras. Now, so much so that I've moved some things around, but a lot of the cameras in this space are PTZ cameras. So I'm trying to bring up my software over here. The main camera that you guys are looking at me on is a PTZ camera. The camera that's over here on the camera slider is a PTZ camera. I'm going to move that again somewhere. The camera up here is a PTZ camera, and these are different manufacturers for all these PTZ cameras. So that's why you'll see a little bit of the different resolution or the color differences rather. And then number 6 here is a top-down shot using a PTZ camera up there. And I think those are the only ones I have connected right now. I actually disconnected one to move some stuff around. But those are all horizontal PTZs, 16:9 PTZs. This is a vertical PTZ camera. And I probably will plug this in because I do have some space on the switcher if anybody wants to see it. Or I'll probably just plug it in directly here into the Verticam. Eileen says, "Did you turn on the snake?" I did not turn on the snake. I actually had to switch things up at the last second, so I'm not going to use it today. I'm going to have to use it on the next live stream, so I don't have that turned on today. All right, so let me demo this out for you guys. So like I said, this is a vertical PTZ. On the back here, this does come with, what's cool about this is it comes with a connection for USB. So I could literally plug this in USB into my computer because it comes with the included cable. You can also connect this HDMI, and it also has the ability for you to bring microphone in. So it has a line in jack, and then it has what I prefer, the RS-232 connections for in and out, which allows you to use things like the like a PTZ controller, like I have right here. That's my PTZ optics controller, so I can connect it physically into my camera and actually pan, tilt, and zoom using my controller. So if I wanted to have multiple vertical cameras, I could daisy chain them together. Now it does not have an Ethernet port, so I really wish it did have an Ethernet port where I could just connect through the IP and not have to use a physical connection, but it does have the physical ports. And then it has a DC 12-volt connection for power to power it on. So like I mentioned, I did just turn it, unplug it to power it off. So there is no on off button. As soon as you just plug in the cable, it will power on itself. And move a couple things out the way here that we'll get to in a second, maybe. So it's doing its whole startup process right now. It does come with a lens cover to protect the lens from dust. Let's go ahead and take that off. And it looks like any other traditional PTZ cameras. If you're not familiar with PTZ cameras, it's basically the ability to pan, tilt, and to zoom. So pan, tilt, and zoom. If you're a one-person operation doing a live stream for either yourself or for someone, having a pan, tilt, and zoom camera allows you to get those close-up shots, and it's not a static shot. Versus like if I was to just walk out the way right now, that camera is not currently moving, so I'm out of frame, in frame, and you can't follow. But because that is a PTZ, I could just take my remote and pan, tilt, and zoom so I could stay in frame with it. So same concept with this one. It's just vertical format. So when we think about vertical content creation, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, there's a lot of platforms that allow us to go and stream, create content in a vertical format. But if you want to do it easier, you could just use something like this, so you don't have to try to stand right in the middle and not quite know if you're in the middle of the frame or just outside of it. So this device right here is what you would ideally pair with this camera. Now, this came out before the camera came out, and if you want to do live streams and not have this camera, it's not required. It just makes it a lot easier. You could take one of your cameras and just tilt it horizontal, or tilt it from horizontal to vertical to create the aspect ratio that you need for this. But I want to turn this on. This is the YoloLive Instream. And what I think I'm going to do is just manipulate my carousel with my phone, since it's actually closer than reaching over here for the iPad. So let's go back here. All right. There are 14 of you guys here watching, so welcome to everybody that's watching. So I'm going to turn on the YoloLive here. And this is vertical, all-in-one vertical. So this is essentially a video production device that you can travel with. That's the way I like to put it. If I wanted to produce the Amazon Live here with just this device, I could do that. If I wanted to produce this to YouTube, I could do that. If I want to multi-stream, I could do that just using this device here. So by default, it has the ability for you to connect to Instagram, TikTok, Zoom, Facebook, and CapCut. CapCut for any video editing, and you can do it straight from the YoloLive device here. Now, it does not come with this stand. This is an aftermarket stand that I bought just to make it easier to view it. It comes with just the device itself, and it's almost like a fat tablet. pretty much. It's like a thick tablet that you have in the palm of your hand, and you can connect up to 2 HDMI devices. So if you have 2 cameras, you can connect 2 cameras here, and you also have a USB connection. So I really could connect 3 cameras into this device and switch between cameras and live stream or just record content, because you do have the slot for an SD card reader, and then right beside the SD card reader you can put in a SIM card. So if you want to put a wireless SIM card in here, you could stream literally directly for this, or you could tether to your mobile device. Just make sure that you have your Wi-Fi open to connect to your smartphone, and you can live stream and just tether to your specific device for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in this stand. I prefer using the stand just so it's easier to look at. Let me go ahead and connect. So I'm just going to take the included HDMI cable, plug it into the back here, and then plug it into one of the HDMI ports on the Instream. And if I turn this around, down here at the bottom, let me open up a little bit more of this. I was trying to keep my cables tight, but I'll open it up here. So if I turn this around, you'll see down here is the actual camera, and it says HDMI 1. So if the additional cameras that I would plug in, you would see down here at the bottom HDMI 2 or USB, and I can even do that too. So if I unplug the HDMI and just use the USB connection instead, it would just show up as a USB. Now what I like about the Instream itself is that you're connecting natively to these apps. So Instagram, you're connecting natively like you just would log in through your smartphone when you download it. Facebook, same thing. Zoom, same thing. You're just logging into your account like you natively would. So I'm plugging the camera in via USB now, and then we'll see it pop up just now on the side, so that camera is showing up for us in real time. Now you can also really make this your pretty platinum version of live streaming. Like, you can really get creative with this. You can connect your headphones to this to monitor your audio. You can connect a microphone in directly via 3.5mm cable, or you can connect a line in through 3.5mm cable. So if you're using something like a Rodecaster that I have over here that is routing all my audio, you could do something like that. If you just want to use like the Rode Wireless Go 2 wireless lapel system, you could do that and bring that audio into this device here. So I think more of like, you know, those individuals that are trying to live stream their kids' events and their games, and you're looking for a more professional way to do it than just holding up your smartphone and trying to capture it. Like, you can connect your cameras to this and be able to capture it that way as well. Another thing that I really like about this, and if you have comments about the Instream, let me know in the comments section. Let me jump over here on YouTube as well, because I forgot I had YouTube up. For those that are watching on YouTube, the pin link above will connect you right on over to Amazon. So it's the best viewing experience on Amazon. I got some messages on YouTube saying like the connection wasn't strong for some reason. So if you want to come on over to Amazon, that's the best place to watch. But if you have comments on any of this stuff I'm talking about today, definitely put it in the comment section. So with this as well, you can create overlays. So if I go into the plus sign here, I can actually import image overlays. So if you got here early when the countdown timer was streaming and you saw the countdown and that transparent background, I can really create that customization for a presentation. I can create lower thirds, so I can literally customize the colors, the text of the lower thirds, the size of the lower third, and have that below my video, and I'll show that here in a second. We can add a countdown timer in here, so the custom countdown timers that I like to have before I go live. You can add that in here. And last, titles. You can have some creative custom titles as well. Now, before I connect to a different platform here, you do have a lot of setting options that you can change to. Your different encoding settings, video out. Like, you can take this and get really creative with it. You can use the USB connection to connect out to another video capture device. You can take the HDMI port and connect it to a TV if you wanted to show the final product on a larger screen for multiple people to watch. So it's pretty cool device. It has the ability to really go in and modify the audio that you might need to adjust the volumes, lower it, bring in audio from your different camera sources. You can do a lot with that. Then obviously, like I mentioned earlier, you can record or live stream with this, and then the ability to actually do it is in a separate menu item to record. So let me jump into I'll jump in here in the Facebook, and on Facebook, I'm just gonna swipe up, enlarge my screen, and then go into my profile here. And then if I wanted to do video, like a live stream video, all I would do is how I would normally go to video for live stream. And you can see, like, this is my camera right now looking at the TV screen. If I turn this around, it would look at me. So let's kind of turn this around without me being all up in the camera. All right. So now I'm in the vertical format mode, and I could literally go live to Facebook in vertical format mode. Those of you all that are on Instagram, where you're pretty much only able to do vertical, like, you would really love this. If you're on TikTok and it's only vertical, primarily vertical is like the platform of choice. This is natively vertical video with professionalism. Okay. If I wanted to go live to Facebook, I could right now. If I wanted to bring on my lower thirds and effects, I could. So I'm gonna swipe this up to minimize the screen, and then I can bring on my lower third, and I'm actually gonna adjust this so you guys can see that I actually put the lower third on here. So I'm gonna edit this, slide that down, and now if I expand that, you can see that the default overlay that I have right here is showing up right in the middle of the screen. So I can customize that the way I want to. So maybe I want to promote my website, I want to promote a resource or a call to action. So I can definitely get creative with the overlays. And this is like a video production vertical live streaming device is how I like to refer to it as. So this is the Instream. So I'll go ahead and delete this. I'm not going to actually go on the platform here, so I'll make sure I go back, and then you can close this out. Let's close and go back here. Oops, back to the home screen there. So check this out. If you have questions on it, let me know. But if you're looking to do vertical content, this is the Instream and the Verticam. So this is a perfect combination for that. And you can do 2 Verticams and switch between your different angles, all that good fun stuff. And then this does come with a remote, so you can pan, tilt, and zoom your camera with the remote if you want to. But I personally prefer just to use my controller, just because it's a little bit smoother pan, tilt action. What's going on, Richard? Good to see you here on Amazon. And those of you that are just jumping in, definitely feel free to say hi, let me know you're here. And then also, if you're not following me here on Amazon, definitely hit the follow button. We're going to be doing more Amazon lives this year, and definitely highlighting some deals, and also going through just like troubleshooting, different use case setups. So if you are interested in video, audio, live streaming production, this is definitely the place to be. How to do all this stuff, and I try to make it easy for you to be able to do it. All right, so let me slide this off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and conserve my battery on here. You get about 3 hours off the Instream, so you don't have to worry about charging up all the time because you can get a good amount of battery life out of that once it's fully charged. All right, let's see. What else do I have up in the carousel here? AV can stuff. Okay, so my AV can, or not AV cans, oops, AVerVideo 1. So AVerVideo 1 has sent me over a lot of equipment here recently that I can't wait to like actually get up and go in here. Richard, thanks for putting all that in the comments. Appreciate you for doing that. So let me jump over here. I need to get another behind the scenes camera going so that you guys can see me all the time. So let me switch over to this. Speaking of my PTZs, I have one right here. All right, let's see here. So this is my AVerVideo 1 video switcher, and this is pretty new device. And if you're using PTZ cameras, typically the manufacturer has a controller that you can use with it. Now, this one is IP based. Now you can't connect a serial cable for a physical connection, but this is an IP based controller. So if you have an internal network, if you have an internal network, or I use this a lot for like churches and ministries to set them up with a controller to control their multiple PTZ cameras. Now, over the next few weeks, I'll be going through and like setting mine up and recording it, since it's a new space here, and how to set up the IP addresses and connect it all. But this allows me to control and manipulate the settings of my PTZ cameras all from the joystick. So I can control them. I can switch to them, 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras. I can switch to all of them. I can change the brightness of it, the ISO resolution, all of those things that might need to be adjusted, all from this controller here. I can connect this to my existing network, or similar to this, I can connect it directly. Now, I'm not sure if this will just work in real time, because I haven't looked at the settings here on. So I was playing with the controller, so I might have adjusted the settings. But what I can show possibly is what a connection looks like and why I like using a controller. So this controller, like I said, is physical connection to a PTZ camera. And because this is a PTZ camera, the YoloLive we just looked at, and it has an RS-232 input, I could connect to it directly here. Now, I do have to put some power to this controller. So let me see. We have power and network cable. All right, so underneath my desk here, I have a network cable that's plugged into my switch, and this controller can be powered on through a PoE switch, which is power over Ethernet switch, or you could use traditional power. So I'm just going to use this. Hear a little beep. It's actually turning on. All right. As this powers up, I'm going to see if it recognizes the camera without me having to do any settings here. And it's trying to stay in IP mode. All right. Let's see. I gotta get used to using this one. So DSPC off. All right. I was trying to see if it would automatically pick up that camera. Let me see if my other PTZ, because I have these both on the network. All right. My other PTZ controller is over here. Yeah, it's not picking up that way either. Make sure. All right, yeah, I probably gotta go in and change the setting on there. I've been playing with it, so you can set them up for IP only or RS-232 connection. But essentially, you can plug it in physically and control physically, or you can make it all complicated like me and plug it in different types of ways. But that's what the controller essentially is for. It's just to control your camera over your network or directly. Now, this camera, this is the VertiCam. It doesn't have a network connectivity, so your only option is to physically plug it into the controller itself. Now, let me take this and keep this with this controller so that I know what goes with what after I get done live streaming here. All right, so let's put this on the floor. All right, the next thing I have in the carousel is the actual camera itself. The AVerVideo 1 camera is actually over here. And what I want to try to do, I haven't done this in a while, is turn my phone into a camera and bring that into the live stream. Oh, you know what I could do? No, that's going to be too complicated. I don't want to do that. All right, so let me see if I can bring my phone into the live stream. I was doing a training, so I didn't get a chance to set up my live stream exactly the way I wanted to earlier today. No, because if I do that, then I can't look at the comments. All right, let's try something. I have my other PTZ camera. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I have a couple PTZ cameras. I just have them all turned in different directions. That's the issue. My AVerVideo 1 is like right over here. And that's what I'm actually using for this shot right here. So maybe we got 365 days. So I'll show you this stuff physically later on as well. But the AVerVideo 1 camera that goes along with this controller is what you're looking at right now, and it's on a camera slider going back and forth. So they make a lot of products. So if you're looking to stay consistent in a particular brand, then they definitely have the whole ecosystem that allows you to do so. Controller and the camera. And one of the other things that I got an email for yesterday, matter of fact, is a 7-inch touchscreen monitor. So I'm going to actually bring that into this production as well. So I've got that highlighted in the carousel. And the 7-inch touchscreen monitor, I'll probably like put it like right here so I can have an extra monitor to look at and be able to just easily connect some of the cameras directly to a monitor. But check that out in the carousel too. That's brand new. Just got that email the other day that AVerVideo 1 has that monitor, and it's touchscreen, so I can't beat it. I do have a couple touchscreen monitors, but none. I mean, I do have a couple monitors, small monitors, but none of them are touchscreen. A couple other things I have in here. One in particular is the Hollyland Mars 4K wireless transmission system. Now this is where I can have a little fun, is connecting wireless into my ecosystem here. Now the one I have highlighted in the product carousel is the new 4K version. I have the 400S Pro that is 1080p, but I can show you guys how this in theory works. Let me see here. So I need to grab a couple batteries as well. So I'll let y'all put it in the chat. If y'all want to see me connect wireless camera and bring it into this infrastructure, let me know. If you were going to get a wireless transmission system, I do recommend the Hollyland systems. More so, I would recommend the 4K one because it's only like $100 more than the 1080p one. It's newer technology. It's a little bit faster in terms of latency. The form factor is better. It's like a new and improved version of this wireless transmission system. If you want me to demo how one works or set up, just let me know in the chat. Otherwise, we'll definitely keep moving through today's live stream. When the 4K wireless transmission system was released, Hollyland also released their Mars M1 camera monitor. So I'm trying to get Hollyland to send me one of these so I can really demo and show it to you. But if you want to send your wireless video feed to a monitor, you can do that. That device looks really, really cool because you can use it a few different ways. Hollyland also, in the past, they've sent me their wireless microphone system. And I wish I had my other camera that's over there. I've got a lot of stuff that's over there still that I need to bring over here. So as I continue to build this out, things are a lot closer and easily accessible for me to grab. But Hollyland has some really good equipment overall, and if you are staying with the same company ecosystem, they've got a lot of products that I have here. I have a wireless intercom system. Yeah, it's wireless intercom systems for, I believe it's up to 4 different people can communicate through headsets and lapels, and it's a really quality system. Next up here I have is the Shure SM58. Excited to feature some more Shure products here over the coming months here. The SM58 is kind of legendary. Now I have both the XLR version of the SM58, which I have here highlighted in the carousel, and then the bag. I went ahead and picked up the bag just to protect the SM58 as well. The wireless version kit is here. This allows me to kind of walk around a little bit more. Do I have batteries in this thing? Yeah, I do have it. I guess I could bring this into my workflow here right now. Right now you're hearing me on the overhead mic. So I gotta remember which channel this is on. Check, check. All right. So this is me talking on the SM58. This is the wireless microphone that I just switched over to, that I have highlighted in product carousel. And most people are familiar with this microphone. If you've ever done any type of public speaking, had to stand up and ask a question at a conference, you've probably used this microphone, which is the SM58. So, like I said, I have the physical microphone that you would connect, the XLR version, and then also the wireless handheld version here in the carousel, uh, along with a couple other microphones, the omnidirectional lapel, which is actually over there. So I'm going to wear that in a future live stream. That I just received that not too long ago. And then another microphone that I really like that I have is the MV7, the white version. They sent that over. That's a limited edition version, but that thing is nice. If you've heard the quality of the SM58, you've pretty much heard what the MV7 sounds like. It doesn't cost as much as the SM58. It's a more budget-friendly microphone. It allows for XLR and USB connections, so that makes it easy to connect to your computer, very simple, or into a audio interface to do more production type of audio. So I really like those, and I'm going, gee, I gotta find me an Amazon thing case so I can put this stuff behind me so you guys can see it, and really build this place out the way I want to. A couple other things that I have in here. I don't know if I want to go grab them. They're heavy. Is the Rock Pals Power Station. So when it comes to content creation in 2023, new year, new tech, the theme here, I want to do more where I am outside and can show you some of these different products in real world situations. And in order to do that, I need power, especially for PTZ cameras. So um, let me grab one of the Rock Pals over here. So let me switch cameras. I need to have everything over here. So as I'm doing this live stream, I'm like, yep, I really need to move some stuff around to make it easier to do these live streams. So this is one benefit of having a wireless microphone, is that I can walk around with it and you guys can still hear me on the audio side of things. So I'm gonna grab I have two Rockpals power stations. One is a 300 watt, or no, one is a 500 watt, and the other is what's the other one? Is the other one a 500 watt too, or 600 watt here? Let's see, is this a 500 or 600 watt? So I have my TV in front of me to monitor the live stream here. 600 watt. Okay. Now the 600 watt that I have in the product carousel right now, the black one with the green, yellowish green color, that actually has a coupon associated with it at the time of this video. The red one that I just brought over here, that actually has a coupon associated with it as well. So if you're looking for a power station to let you be more mobile, to charge up your devices on the go, both of those have a deal on it right now. Now, I am on this microphone, so it might make sense to switch over. Jump back over into overhead microphone. And zip up this. And all right, bring up this power station. Now, this power station was sent over to me from Rockpals, along with the other one. Both of them in the carousel was sent over. This one was also sent over with a solar panel, so you could like power this, charge the power station up with the solar panel. So if you're out off the grid, you can still have power. Now, inside of here, I have my instruction manual. I have my traditional DC power, and I actually use this. If you follow me on YouTube, you've seen this in a video. So this is my power station here, and I have my traditional ports here, so I can plug in. So if I want to plug in, I don't have anything like real close to me to plug in. But if I wanted to plug in my YoloLive camera that's connected on the floor, I can literally plug it in here and power it off of here. You have USB-C connection, a USB connection. This is a 12-volt connection here, and this thing lasts a long time. I haven't used it since the fall of the year. So I'm interested to see how it's conserving power here. So still 98% charged, which is pretty nice. So it's got some weight to it. It's not as heavy as the 600 watt one, but it does have a little bit of weight to it. But I can get some power off the grid. So if I want to connect any of my PTZ cameras and charge those up, I can do that. If I wanted to power, so I have my, let's see, is that cable still close by here? Let's see. I have this cable here. So let me pull this up here. All right. Show y'all that this thing works. So I'll turn this on here. I can hold down AC power here for 2 seconds. Thanks to my wife. Now I know how to actually use it, because I just kept pressing the button and I couldn't get it to work. But she's like, hold it down for a couple seconds, and it worked. So shout out to her. Now I can charge up my Instream. So I'm just going to plug USB-C into here. Give it a second. It should be on by now. Am I sending power? All right, let's do. Make sure I'm in the right one here. All right, I should be powering off this. Let me turn that on. Typically, when the Instream is charging, I get a little red dot. Lets me know I'm charging it. Oh, I got the wrong one selected, y'all. That's why. There's a USB button up here. Hold down the USB for 2 seconds. Oh, hold that down. Hold that down. Where's my USB not working? Does it have to be plugged in? All right, there we go. All right, now I got the red dot over there. So now I can power this off. And now I want the power all the way off. All the way off. Live streaming. It only works. It only doesn't want to work when you're live streaming. There we go. So now you can see that this is actually charging up, and it's because I've got it plugged into the backup power station here. So if I unplug it, tap the screen. All right, and I'll plug it back in, and then you'll see that that should light back up again, that it's charging. All right. So portable power station if you're looking for something like that. And then a couple other devices I have here, kind of accessory devices for what I use for when I'm live streaming. I've got the tablet stand that I've used over here. It's got my iPad on it, which is convenient for placement for me to like just be able to see it rather than it being flat. I got a few other things in here. Let's talk about the drone. I want to use this drone more that was sent over. Let me plug this or unplug this real quick. All right. So let's put this away. So what did I do with my drone? In here is my favorite drone to fly. I've been sent a lot of them to fly. DJI just makes, in my opinion, the best. So this is the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So I have the drone in here. I have a whole bunch of extra accessories in here as well. So this is the controller. This is the RC controller. So it's native to the drone, which is nice rather than trying to fly a drone off your mobile phone, because when you get a phone call or a text message, you can't even reply if you're flying your drone. So having a dedicated controller is just nice. And then this is the actual drone itself. And then one of the things that I have with it is the little, looks like propeller clip thing. So that you're not accidentally hitting the propellers and they're just moving all around. So I just fold the propellers and you can just clip it across here just to keep everything nice and tight and convenient. And then this case, I don't think I have the case here in the product carousel, but the case allows me to have my batteries in here. I think, what is it? These are my ND filters in this one. Yep. So I got ND filters for hot days, sunny days. This is for SD cards. This is a strap for the drone. Got another strap in there as well. Got extra propeller blades inside of here. So this little case is convenient to carry the drone and keep it protected, waterproof, all that good stuff. So if you're looking for a drone, definitely recommend the DJI drones. They're just nice. And the DJI Mini 3, I think, is a very good drone for people that aren't like professional drone flyers, but you want something that gives you good quality and that's easy to fly. That's definitely one of them. I've flown some other drones that the drone doesn't like really do well in it doesn't do well in good weather, but that thing does really well in good weather. And when it's a little bit windy outside, you don't have the drone just going all over the place. So I do like the DJI Mini 3 Pro as one of my more favorite drones to fly. Let's see, what else I got in there? Okay, I got the lanyard in there that I do use for the drone. I got the landing pad that I use for the drone. The screen protector for my screen that I use is in here in the product carousel. And maybe one day I'll just do a straight drone video. Then I also have the SanDisk. Make sure you get the right SD cards for your different devices. I learned the hard way. So I did have the SanDisk, and this is the Extreme, to write faster. So write the data faster to the card when you're recording your drone footage. So I added that in the carousel. And I've got some other stuff in here too. Based on what you guys want. The I don't feel like going through everything. Light box. I just got a new light box that was sent over to me for product shots. Got a key light. I will highlight the switch that I'm using. So when I talked about the PoE cameras and like the PoE controllers, IP based controllers, you do need a PoE switch. So I do have a few of them in the carousel that I use right now. I'm using the one that's highlighted, which is the Sodola 24 port switch, and that was sent over to me. They actually sent me two of them, a 24 port and a 16. Which one am I using right now? Yeah, I'm using the 16 port one right now. So that's nice and convenient. I wasn't familiar with Sodola until they sent it over. Usually I use like the Netgear appliances. But 16 port one is better for my needs because I have multiple PTZ cameras. I have multiple things that are connected to my network, my computers connected to the network. So it's convenient to have more ports on it. And I got a good deal on these. The Pursuit 30x PTZ camera I put in here too. That's the camera that you're looking at me on right now. It has a 30x optical zoom. The two cameras that I did have there, the two PTZ cameras that I did have there, I actually disconnected. I'll probably be giving those away to a local church. They actually don't sell that version anymore here on Amazon. So try to want to use things that are available here on Amazon if you guys have questions on it as I'm talking about it. So I did take away those two PTZ cameras that were originally here and replaced it with the Pursuit 30X that's here. And that's about it. I've got some full frame cameras here at the end. With the new year, a lot of people are creating more 4K content. Some people are even creating some 8K content. But full frame cameras and mirrorless cameras are a great option as well. I'm a huge Sony person, so you probably won't see me put too many other carriers in the product carousel. But if it's a Sony camera, those are the ones I more so like to use myself. I do have some Logitech Mevo cameras. We'll talk about those on some future live streams, maybe even do some dedicated live streams for that as well. But I think that's all I got here for you guys. If you got any questions, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you guys on some future live streams.